And good evening and welcome to Headingley Carnegie Stadium, Engage Super League Round 18. It's the big local derby as the Rhinos take on the Bradford Bulls. Matthew Horton here with all the action. Quick run through the lineup, starting first with the Bulls. They have Dave Halley at fullback, Ricky Sharif, Paul Sykes, Chris Nero and Semi Tajalala in the three-quarter line. Ben Jeffries and Paul Deacon at half-back. Up front, Andy Lynch, Terry Newton and Nick Scruton on his return to Headingley. Steve Menzies and Jamie Langley in the second row, and Sam Burgess locks the scrum in number 8. On the bench, Michael Warranty, Matt Cook, Craig Cobshack and Elliot Whitehead. Leeds come into this game on the back of a 48 points to 14 victory in the capital last weekend. They line up with Brent Webb at fullback, Scott Donald, Lee Smith, Keith Senior and Ryan Hall. Danny Maguire and Rob Burrow at half-back. Up front, Kyler Luluwai, Danny Badiris and Jamie Peacock. Second rows, Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Carl Ablett. And Kevin Sinfield, the captain, locks the scrum in jumper 13. On the bench for the Rhinos, Ali Lawatiti, Luke Burgess, Ashley Gibson and Ryan Bailey, as Kevin Sinfield leads the Rhinos onto the field for the 41st Super League meeting between these two sides. Leeds have now won 17 of the previous fixtures, but were defeated 10 points to 6 at the Grand Stadium on Good Friday. Also tonight, this is Keith Senior's 499th appearance of his professional career, and the Leeds centre will become the first player who has played the majority of his career in the summer era to pass 500 games if he's available next Saturday when we travel to the KC Stadium to take on Hull FC. And it is going to be Paul Deacon who will get us underway. Bradford will be attacking the Western Terrace in this first half, and we are underway. Paul Deacon with the kick-off. It's going to bounce very awkwardly, and it's found touch, and within 10 seconds we're going to have the first scrum of the game. That was a very awkward kick-off from Paul Deacon, and it's put Bradford on the back foot immediately. Now, it's not the first time that Nick Scruton's played here in opposition colours. Remember 2003? And he's actually scored playing for Hull FC as Deacon feeds the scrum. Here's Burgess hiding at standoff, and it's good defence from Lee Smith. And Burgess has lost it, and Phil Bentham's rule did not move quick enough, and Paul Deacon looked to the bench and he's been told to carry on with it. And Paul Deacon's overridden the bench and he's going to go for 2. I had a quick look over at the coaching staff and they were giving the motions to carry on with things. As the South Stand give the bird. It's not taken them long to get into action either. We've had Opera Man here tonight. He's created a cracking atmosphere. It's the first time this game's not been on telly since 2006, and that night Rob Burrow scored in the last minute from the touchline with a conversion to Scott Donald's try to win the game. Here's Deacon, kicks on its way, and the flags are up here at Headingley. Minute on the clock. It's Leeds Rhinos 0, Bradford Bulls 2. As we said, Phil Bentham, the man in the missile. On the lines tonight, Dave Griffiths and James Child. Our in-goal judges are Greg Dolan and Paul Stockman. Paul Stockman at the western end, as Kevin Sinfield is about to get us underway. Sinfield tries the driving kick, and that's going to bounce awkwardly. It's balanced on the legs by Howie, and here's Scruton, immediately met by Jamie Peacock. Newton at dummy half finds Burgess. Of course, it's brother against brother tonight. Luke's on the bench for the Rhinos. Here's Andy Lynch. Bradford were defeated quite comfortably in the end by St Helens last week, 44-18. Here's Sam Burgess again. They go 2 out to Scruton. Newton at dummy half finds Deacon, switches the play to Jeffries, and Lee Smith, boom! Take that, Ben, last tackle. And there's a bit of confusion. Tajalala's fumbled it backwards. Tajulala sets off and puts the kick on. Menzies is a mile offside. Play on given by Phil Bentham, and Ryan Hall gets the Rhinos back to halfway. Webb at dummy half goes cross field and didn't want to run behind Kylie Luluai, and he's forced into taking the tackle. Badiris gets to dummy half, finds Maguire. Here's Ablett, and leads a 5 inside the Bradford half. Badiris at dummy half goes to Sinfield, back to Burrow. Leeds have got numbers. Here's Webb into the line. Webb straightens up. Webb into the line, and he's just taken by Nick Scruton. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Peacock up against his former club tonight. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Badiris at dummy half finds Maguire. Maguire puts the kick up. Tester for Donald and Tajulala, and Tajulala's dropped that. It's gone into touch, and it's a knock on, and it's going to be Leeds headed ball. Semi Tajulala's dropped it, and I'm very privileged tonight. I've managed to tap into the referees and touch judges' listening device, and would like to thank whoever it is who set it up for me. Burrow speeds the scrum. Sinfield from dummy half finds Maguire. Run around with Webb. It's created an overlap. Maguire goes for the gap, and he's just brought to ground. 5 away from the line. Webb at dummy half goes on his own, changes the direction, pops it up to Senior, who took it standing still, but Leeds are 5 away from the line. Here's Peacock. Peacock turns, but he's immediately wrapped up by Terry Newton, and Leeds are still 5 away from the line, and the ball's been stolen by Terry Newton. And what's Kevin Sinfield going to do? They're not going to go for 2. Let's go for 6. Here's Sinfield. Sinfield to Luluai. 5 away from the line. Here's Badiris. Finds Burrow. Burrow with a couple of steps, and Burrow for the line, just taken by Jamie Langley. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Finds Maguire. Maguire to Webb. Webb pops it up to Sinfield, who bats it back to Maguire. Maguire going crossfield. Maguire tips it up to Senior, and Senior dumped to ground. 10 away from the line. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Finds Jamie Jones, and Jamie Jones looks to take the Bradford line, and he will fall 5 short. 4th tackle for the Rhinos. Leeds have got numbers. North stand side. Here's Senior. Senior gets away from Jeffries. Senior to Hall, and Hall has got it in, and that's going to be the first try of the night. And what a ball from Keith Senior, and it's Ryan Hall who's got the try for the Rhinos. Leeds had the numbers north. It was quickly spotted. Senior gets on the outside, gets the ball out, and Ryan Hall squeezes it in the corner for the first try of the night. Now, by my reckonings, Kevin Sinfield's kicked at least his last 12. And here he is on the northern touchline to extend the Rhinos lead. Here's Sinfield. Right foot kicks on its way. Got chances. Hits the post and goes over. Flags are up here at Headingley Carnegie Stadium. 7 minutes on the clock. It's the Leeds Rhinos 6, Bradford Bulls 2. As Paul Deacon gets us back underway, this time Lee Smith collects and decides to go on his own, and he's wrapped up by his good mate Nick Scruton. Lee Smith, after the announcement last week, has now informed everybody that he's off to rugby union next year. He'll be sporting the black and gold of Wasps. Here's Peacock for the Rhinos, and of course Lee Smith will return to Headingley Carnegie at some point during the winter, as Badiris finds Sinfield on for Kylie Luluai, and Newton's taken a swan dive out of that. Here's Badiris, and Newton's still down. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Sinfield at dummy half kicks, and that's going to bounce well away from Dave Halley. It's going to have too much on, and we'll come back for a 20-metre restart. Terry Newton's back up, and Terry Newton is still strolling his way back. And Ricky Sharif will get us back underway. This is the only meeting scheduled meeting between the two sides here this season. The days of 4 games a season are over, and I for one am pleased to see the back of it. Here's Newton at dummy half, finds Sharif again. 3 tackles, 3 wingers have taken it in for the Bulls so far. Newton at dummy half, finds Deacon, out for Burgess, and Burgess coughs it up in the challenge of Luluai to Ablett. Here's Donald at dummy half, goes on his own. Donald's got round the neck by Lynch. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Peacock, and good hit from Nick Scruton. One thing to note, Leeds have come out of the traps a lot quicker this week. It was shocking in London last week as Burrow finds Webb. Oh, it's opening up again. Here's Webb to Senior. Senior to Hall, and Ryan Hall's got a second try of the night. 10 minutes on the clock, and Leeds have cut Bradford to shreds. Brent Webb chimes into the line, finds Keith Senior. Senior gets it to Hall, and Hall's in at the corner for his second try of the night. And here is Kevin Sinfield with the conversion attempt. Similar attempt to his first kick, which he put in off the post. Here is Sinfield, kicks on its way, and he puts that one against the face of the post. So 11 minutes on the clock. It's the Rhinos 10, the Bulls 2. As Paul Deacon gets us back underway again. Again, the bouncing kick, and Lee Smithfield on the 10 gets it to Maguire. Here's Luluai on the charge. He created the try with forcing the offload, to be fair. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Ablett up the short side. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Finds Maguire. Here's Peacock. Badiris at dummy half. Goes on his own. Here's Maguire at dummy half, finds Sinfield. Sinfield looks to take the line on, but Jamie Jones just overrun him. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Badiris at dummy half, finds Maguire. And is that one going to sit up? That one is, no, it's just got a couple of rolls too much on it. And we'll come back to the 20 again. And Bradford can't get on with it because Sam Burgess isn't back on side. As Nick Scruton takes it in for the Bulls, and he's welcome back to Headingley, Nick. Love Jamie. Here's Newton at dummy half, finds Sharif. Here's Newton at dummy half, finds Dave Halley, goes 2 out to Burgess. Newton at dummy half, finds Lynch. Bradford just look a little lethargic at the moment. They've not really got going, have they? They just don't seem to be running onto the ball. And here's Newton. Newton's just going to dab a little kick through. Not been played at. He's still 4, and Halley gets away from Ablett. Halley straightens up, and he's taken to ground by Jamie Jones Buchanan. Newton at dummy half finds Nero. Nero slips, pops it back to Langley, and a forward pass has been rolled, and it's going to be a turnover. As Luluai plays it, here's Lee Smith. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Luluai. Badiris again at dummy half, finds Sinfield. Sinfield back to Burrow. Burrow the short pass this time to Jamie Jones, pops it out to Webb. Webb gets it to Senior, and Senior's dropped that. And Leeds have turned it over inside their own half. And Andy Lynch is just waving to the trainer. Could be a contact lens problem. And time off's been called by Phil Bentham, and all the Leeds players are offside at the moment. And there's no loose forward now. That just changes everything. Here's Burgess. Newton at dummy half, finds Deacon, gets it to Steve the Beaver Menzies. Here's Halley at dummy half, finds Scruton. Scruton looked to pass, he's wrapped up, gets it back to Halley. Halley coming crossfield, finds Langley. Langley up against Smith and Maguire, and they win out on that one. Here's Nero at dummy half. Nero finds Jeffries. Jeffries gets it to Burgess, and Burgess put to ground, centre field, 9 away from the line. Newton switches it to Jeffries. Jeffries to Langley, and the Leeds defence slides well, and Langley's going to be held up. Well, is he short yet? He's short, only just. It's taken 4 Leeds players to bring him to ground, and Bentham's given a penalty. And I don't think Bradford are going to go for goal this time. Here's Newton, finds Lynch. They go to Scruton, and Scruton immediately wrapped up. Big hit that. Who was it? Danny Badiris. Deacon finds Newton. Here's Jeffries. Jeffries out to Menzies. Newton at dummy half, finds Deacon. Here's Scruton. Scruton again taken by Sinfield and Badiris, and the 2 away from the line. Newton at dummy half, switches it to Jeffries. Jeffries going crossfield, gets it back on the inside to Sykes, and Sykes upended with a good tackle, and here's another penalty, this time against Jamie Jones. Newton, again they're going to run with it. Here's Lynch, and Lynch is going to be put to ground, a metre or so short of the line. Newton at dummy half, finds Deacon. Deacon takes the line on, a couple of steps from Deacon, and it's Webb who brings him to ground. Newton at dummy half, finds Jeffries. Jeffries gets away from Ablett, back to Lynch. Here's Menzies again. Menzies to Sykes, and Sykes has dropped it. That comes off Ryan Hall's knee, and that's going to be play on. Here's Burrow at dummy half. Leeds are on a roll. Burrow gets to the 40-metre line. Badiris at dummy half, finds Maguire. Here's Sinfield. Sinfield looked to pass, pops it up to Ablett. Ablett with the fend, just wasn't the push through. Here's Maguire at dummy half, looks the short side again. Sinfield goes into contact and looked like a grapple tackle. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Luluai. Luluai's just going to go on his own. Badiris at dummy half, finds Burrow. Here's Webb. Webb to Jamie Jones. Jamie Jones pops it up to Senior. Senior against Halley, and Dave Halley does really well there. Quick play the ball, last tackle. They're all offside for Bradford Bulls. Here's Burrow. Burrow with the kick. It's bounced up. It's bounced up. It's been knocked dead, and it's going to be a goal line dropout. Thrilling football from Leeds. Got on the roll, and they showed signs of it last week in the capital, and it's happening again tonight. And Bradford are in no rush to get on with it. Terry Newton's got it. Here's now Deacon, and they're just stalling for a bit of time here, Bradford. Here's Deacon with the goal line dropout. It's going to bounce up nicely for Maguire, and here's Luluai on the charge. And Nick Scruton looked a little high there. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Peacock. Peacock with the charge, gets the Rhinos into the Bulls' red zone. Badiris at dummy half, here comes the penalty. And Kevin Sinfield's looked over at the touchline, and here comes a change for the Bulls. Looks like Craig Kopchak as Carl Ablett takes it in for the Rhinos. Here's Burrow. Burrow to Lullaby on the charge. Leeds looking to make a change as well. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Badiris gets it to Maguire. Maguire's pass not the best. Smith traps on the foot, then picks up, and he's taken by Nero. Here's Maguire at dummy half, up the short side, and Danny Maguire just stays in the field of play. Here's Sinfield. Sinfield dabs a little kick through, looking for Webb, and was Webb taken out, but it's going to be another goal line dropout, and that's good defence from Danny Badiris. And Bradford are about to make a change. Who's it going to be? And Nick Scruton makes his way to sideline. Craig Kopchak will come on. Here's Deacon with a goal line dropout. Brent Webb sticks the arm up and changes the direction and comes to Peacock. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Badiris pops it up to Bailey. Missed last week's game in the capital. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Finds Burrow. Burrow pops it up to Jamie Jones. Jamie Jones for the line. Third try of the night for the Rhinos. Simplicity at its best. Rob Burrow runs across the field, and it's Jamie Jones Buchanan who gets the try for the Rhinos. Third try of the night for Leeds, and it is looking all too easy at the moment. As Kevin Sinfield lines up this conversion attempt, I'll tell you what, there's a decent crowd in here tonight, but it's pushing the 19,000 mark. Here is Sinfield, kicks on its way, and the flags are up here at Henley Carnegie Stadium. 22 minutes on the clock. It's the Leeds Rhinos 16, Bradford Bulls 2. As Paul Deacon gets us back underway, more of a regulation kick-off taken by Maguire in the in goal. Here is Peacock. Badiris at dummy half, finds Ablett. Badiris at dummy half, finds Bailey. Badiris finds Sinfield. Sinfield back to Burrow. Here's Jamie Jones again. Pops it up to Webb. Here's a chance for Webb. Here's a chance for Webb to put the burners on. Ryan Hall down the northern touchline. That's been tipped by a Bradford player. Oh, that should be a knock-on. That was tipped by a Bradford player, and Steve Menzies has just fallen over. And he's managed to get a penalty, but Phil Bentham says there was a hand in. And they look very, they're walking to everything, Bradford. There's not a lot of energy in their side. Here's Newton, finds Menzies. Newton at dummy half, changes the direction to Jeffries. Here's Halley into the line, and Halley wrapped up by Keith Senior. Sharif at dummy half, finds Newton, not the best pass for Lynch, and Lynch is immediately wrapped up. Newton at dummy half, finds Deacon. Here's Jeffries almost running to Sam Burgess. Deacon at dummy half, finds Newton. Newton gets it to Halley. Overlap here, pops the ball back, it's gone back to Newton. Newton dabs it out to Sharif. Sharif cuts back in field. He's the third brother to play tonight. The other two played for the Bradford reserve team. Here's Newton, last tackle, finds Deacon. Here's Jeffries. Jeffries gets it out to Tajalala. Tajalala cuts back across field. Tajalala still going across field, gets away from Bailey, straightens up. Tajalala for the line, will score. And that's a super try from Semi Tajalala, but where were the Leeds defence? There was nothing on there for the Bradford Bulls, and the ball just comes all the way back across the field, and it's Tajalala who gets in for the first Bulls try of the night. I said Sharif. Here is Paul Deacon with the conversion attempt for the Bulls, 18 metres in from the northern touchline. Here is Deacon, kicks on its way, and the flags are up here at Headingley. 26 minutes on the clock. It's the Rhinos 16, the Bulls 8.
Takes the score to the Rhinos 16, Bradford Bulls 8. Rhinos replacement leaving the field, number 11, Jamie Jones Buchanan. On in his place, number 12, Ali Nawatiti.
And Leeds have made a change. Ali Lawatiti has come on and Jamie Jones Buchanan has gone for a breather. Here is Sinfield with the kick-off, and it's going to be Kopchak who fields on the goal line. Here is Kopchak. Gets a couple of metres short of the 20. Newton at dummy half, finds Jeffries. Here's Sam Burgess. Newton at dummy half, finds Langley. Newton finds Lynch. Safety first from the Bulls. Newton at dummy half, finds Deacon, gets it to Halley. Halley wrapped up by Keith Senior. Last tackle for the Bulls. Here's Deacon, and Deacon kits crossfield. Here's Donald, fields underneath his own post and gets back, and he's pushed back in the challenge, and he's still going back. Scott Donald, and he will play it 12 away from the line. Webb at dummy half, finds Lee Smith. Webb at dummy half, finds Ryan Hall in off the wing to help out. Webb at dummy half, finds Peacock. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Bailey. Burrow at dummy half for Maguire. Maguire drills it downfield, and it's taken on the full by Dave Halley. And Dave Halley doesn't need any opportunity to run, and it's a good tackle from Lee Smith. Here's Tajalala at dummy half, finds Nero. Halley at dummy half, gets it to Newton. Here is Tajalala. Change coming for the Bulls. Here's Newton. Here's Jeffries, finds Lynch. Bradford have made a change. Mike Warranty has come on, and Sam Burgess has gone to sideline. Newton on the last tackle finds Jeffries. Jeffries just dabs it into the corner. That's going to roll too far, and it's going to be just short of the goal line, and we'll pack a scrum down on the 10-metre line. Here's Burrow to feed the scrum. Sinfield from the base finds Donald. Webb at dummy half, finds Lawatiti. Badiris at dummy half, finds Peacock. Badiris at dummy half, finds Sinfield. Sinfield spins from Newton and wrapped up by Kopczak. Here's Badiris, finds Maguire out to Ablett. Ablett pops it back to Maguire. Maguire tries to get away, looks for an offload but can't get out of the challenge of Warranty. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Badiris with the kick has put it straight down the throat of Dave Halley, and the last two kicks from the Rhinos haven't been of good quality. Tips it off to Sharif. Here's Warranty. Arrived from Harlequins in the close season, scored in the game at Odsal back at Easter. Finds Lynch. Lynch gets it to Langley. Here's Newton at dummy half. Finds Deacon. Kevin Sinfield was a little shaken in that as Kopczak. Well, and here's a penalty against Ali Lawatiti for a second effort. I'd be more interested in the way that Craig Kopczak went into that challenge, in a very Kelvin Skerritt kind of way for our older viewers. And I'll say no more than that. As we're back underway with Menzies. Here's Newton. Luke Burgess about to come in the game. Here's Warranty back to Jeffries. Here's Nero. Bentham rolls that round the shoulder. 5 away from the line. Langley at dummy half. Finds Jeffries up for Warranty. Jeffries at dummy half. Finds Deacon. Deacon to Halley. Halley pops it back to Sykes. Here's Newton at dummy half. Newton finds Deacon. Deacon gets away from Lawatiti and he's put to ground 5 away from the line. Last tackle for the Bulls. Here's Jeffries. Jeffries for the corner looking for Tadulala. Knocks it backwards to Nero, and what a tackle that is. Can't see who's done the tackle. I think it's Lee Smith. Is it? It's not. It's Danny Maguire. And Leeds are looking to make a couple of changes. Here is Donald. Carl Ablett's the first one to go off. Here's Peacock. Badiris at dummy half. Finds Ryan Bailey. And Jamie Peacock goes off and Luke Burgess comes on. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Finds Burrow out for Senior. Gets it back to Rob Burrow. Burrow straightens up, puts the shimmy on, but he's wrapped up by Andy Lynch. Webb at dummy half. Finds Luke Burgess. And this will be last tackle for the Rhinos. Badiris at dummy half. Finds Sinfield. Sinfield inside the 40. That one's going to find grass. And Dave Halley will get it about 5 metres short of touch. Tips it inside to Tadulala. Oh, almost a bit of the Will Sharps about that from last week. And here is a change coming for Bradford. Here's Halley at dummy half. Finds Sharif. Here's Deacon at dummy half. Finds Kopczak. Matt Cook in 15 has come on. Newton, Deacon at dummy half, sorry, Newton's just gone off. That means that possibly Deacon's going to have to go into the half-back row, which he has. Here's Lynch. Lynch with the step, gets it back to Deacon, and Deacon does well to hang on. Last tackle for the Bulls. Jeffries at dummy half. Finds Sykes. Sykes off the outside of the boot. It's going to bounce nicely. And Scott Donald, safety first, will just put it into touch. and he's going to give a goal line dropout. Now, Phil Bentham got a shout that there were a Bradford player inside the 10, and Donald's put it dead, and he's not. And time off called by Bentham. And it's going to be Sinfield with the goal line dropout, drives it at Sykes, and Sykes is going to go back on his own, and he's wrapped up by Burgess. Deacon at dummy half finds Kopczak. We think Bradford have put Deacon to 9, Jeffries to 7 and Sykes to 6 in the old numbering system. Here is Jeffries to Warranty. Jeffries at dummy half gets it away to Nero. Nero's dropped it, and the chance has gone for the Bulls, and it's going to be a 20-metre restart because the ball's gone dead. Badiris finds Maguire. Maguire goes on his own, and almost a chink of daylight for Danny Maguire. Here's Jamie Jones, finds Burgess. Burgess hit by Kopczak and Cook, and he's going backwards at the moment. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Lauatiti. He was impressive in London last week, Ali Lauatiti. Badiris finds Bailey as the South Stand start baying for a penalty. 5-2 the penalty count to the Bulls at the moment. Good quick play of the ball. Here's Danny Badiris, and Badiris gets a good 15 metres upfield. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Burrow at dummy half finds Sinfield. Here's Maguire out to Smith. Smith's got options. Smith dabs a little kicking over the top, awkward bounce, and Dave Halley does well under pressure from Scott Donald. Here is Nero. 2.5 away from half time. Here's Halley at dummy half. Bailey comes streaming out of the line, and it's Burgess who wraps up Sharif. Deacon at dummy half finds Matt Cook. Cook gets away from Lauatiti, but not from Senior, sorry. Deacon at dummy half finds Sharif. Sharif going to the outside, and it's good defence from Leeds. Bradford will kick from inside their own 40 as Menzies finds Sykes, and Sykes drills it cross field. It's split Webb and Donald, and Webb will take control of the situation and looks up, looks where to go, pops it back to Senior. Donald at dummy half finds Ryan Hall. Webb at dummy half goes on his own. Webb with the dummy. Here's Burgess at dummy half. Bailey'd overrun it, decides to go on his own and gets just short of halfway. Badiris at dummy half finds Bailey. Bailey goes charging in, takes Leeds over halfway. Last tackle for the Rhinos. High kick coming in from Danny Maguire, but Dave Halley's got all night to take that, and Halley will return with interest until he runs in to the brick wall that is Ali Lauatiti. Sharif at dummy half finds Deacon. It's out to Nero, and forward comes the cry, and Leeds are going to get a chance before half time, and Danny Badiris is trying to get people into the scrum, realises there's not long left on the clock, and Leeds are going to pack up, and Sinfield gets his head in, and we're going to call time off. Coaching staff haven't moved yet, so there must be plenty of time left. Here's Burrow. Sinfield finds Maguire. Here is Webb. Webb to Senior. Senior up against Sykes, and Senior puts the step on, gets it back to Webb, and Menzies had hold of Webb before he got that then. Here's Senior at dummy half, finds Lauatiti. Lauatiti looks to find a way through. We're in injury time. Still no sign of movement from the coaching staff anyway. Here's Sinfield back to Burrow. Burrow to Maguire, and Maguire's well taken by Nero. Good quick play of the ball. Badiro finds Burrow. Burrow, and here's a penalty. And what are Leeds going to do? And time off called. It's Chris Nero who's down. Southstand aren't happy. Just a little lean over to Billy to find out how long's left. And I'm looking at Brian McLennan to see what the call is. And Ashley Gibson's on his way. Is he? Or is it Was? Was has got the kicking tee, and on he comes. And Nero's getting the tape. Coaching staff have moved. Here's Was with the kicking tee. And Leeds are going to go and take the 2 on offer. Which happened last week at London as well. No, it's not the same score, I don't think. No, it was 28 at half-time last week. And Kevin Sinfield will have chance. And the Carnegie Terrace are berating the Bradford players, telling them to get back the required distance. As the posh seats empty in the north stand. They're all off for a brew. Here is Sinfield with the penalty attempt. Here's Sinfield, kicks on its way, and the flags are up here at Henley Carnegie Stadium, and that's it, half time. Kevin Sinfield's penalty goal, the last action of the half. 2 tries for Ryan Hall, 1 for Jamie Jones Buchanan. Semi Tajilala replies for the Bulls. 2 goals for Paul Deacon, 3 for Kevin Sinfield. Means at half time it's Leeds Rhinos 18, Bradford Bulls 8. Stick with us, we'll be back with the second half shortly.
Bradford Bulls 8.
And welcome back to the second half here at Henley Carnegie. Leeds leading by 18 points to 8. As Phil Bentham gets us underway for the second half. Kevin Sinfield with the kick-off, and it's a carbon copy of what happened in the first half. And Leeds are going to get a scrum 10 metres away from the line. What's the chances of that happening? So Leeds are going to get first goal 10 metres away from the line. Here's Burrow. Sinfield finds Maguire. Here's Webb. Webb looks to speed it up, gets on the outside and gets it to Donald. Donald does well to collect, and Donald is just in the field of play. Webb at dummy half. Ooh, finds Maguire. Here is Jamie Jones Buchanan. He's met by a solid tackle from Kopchak. Badiris at dummy half, finds Bailey. Bailey puts a ground 10 away from the line. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Burrow. Burrow to Maguire. Maguire pops it up to Senior, and Senior straightens it up. And penalty comes to Leeds. Steve Menzies is the one who's been called offside. And that makes the penalty count 5-4 as Burgess takes it in for the Rhinos. Badiris at dummy half, finds Bailey, pops it back to Burrow. Burrow to Maguire. Maguire out to Smith, and Smith will change the direction. Lee Smith coming crossfield, straightens it up to Webb. Webb with a step. Webb for the line. Brent Webb for the line is short, only just. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Maguire. Maguire with the little kick. Oh, it's going to be too deep. It's going to be too deep, and it's going to be a 20-metre restart. And Bradford just aren't quick enough to get on with it. Here's Matt Cook, and he takes it in for the Bulls. Here's Sharif at dummy half, goes on his own. Deacon at dummy half finds Lynch. He recently signed a new contract at the Grattan Stadium. Here's Deacon at dummy half, finds Kopczak. Bradford on halfway. Deacon changes the direction to Langley. Last tackle for the Bulls. Deacon finds Jeffries. They're going to go 2 out to Sykes, and Sykes puts one of those horrible bombs up, and Brent Webb Fields on the run, and Brent Webb's got away. Brent Webb's turning the burners on, gets it to Hall, and Hall juggles and just loses a bit of momentum, and Leeds get over halfway though. Badiris at dummy half finds Lawatiti. Lawatiti changes the direction, takes the tackle. Badiris at dummy half. Kopczak's offside. Oh, good hit from the Beaver. Puts Danny Badiris right on his back. Webb at dummy half finds Burgess, gets it to Burrow. Burrow floats it to Buchanan onto Maguire. Here's Smith. Smith tries to run over the top of Jeffries. 15 away from the line. Donald at dummy half finds Burrow. Burrow going to take the line on, but he's taken 10 away from the line. Last tackle. Badiris finds Maguire. Maguire just stabs a little kick in, and it's all on. It's all on. It's all on. Lawatiti, has he realised it? Oh, that was marvellous. Good quick play of the ball. Lynch is in the way. Finds Bailey. Bailey for the line. Ryan Bailey. Oh, that could have been his first try in a long, long time. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Finds Webb. Webb doesn't have a lot of options. Decides to come back and have another look. Webb still crabbing across field. Is eventually wrapped up by Sykes. And Brent Webb's picked an injury up, and Phil Bentham is going to call time off and stop the clock. (20th of July 2007 were Ryan Bailey's last try, and it was against Wakefield. And there is some concern over Brent Webb here. There is adequate cover. It would mean Ashley Gibson into centre and Lee Smith to fullback. It's pretty simple, really. And the Doc's on as well, so we'll just get time to load a bit of water in. And Keith Senior, he's just sharing a joke with Phil Bentham. Nick Scruton has sneaked back on, and the Doc's given the signal, and it's going to be the end of Brent Webb. And Ashley Gibson will come on. Lee Smith will go to fullback. Ashley Gibson will go into the centre. We expect it's only the 5th Leeds change of the night, and not a sight that the Leeds faithful want to see. And Brent Webb's going to go off to the southern touchline with the Doc, and they're going to gingerly walk him back. And Ashley Gibson just gives Lee Smith the nod. And Senior will play the ball. Badiris finds Sinfield. Sinfield takes the line on, looks for the offload. That's come off the feet of Badiris and doesn't get up before Matt Cook knocks him to the ground. Burgess at dummy half finds Burrow. Well taken. Kopczak's gone off and Scruton's come on. Good little kick from Danny Maguire. Is it going to hold? And Dave Halley's let it run, and it's going to be a goal line dropout, we think. It is. And it's going to be Paul Deacon with the goal line dropout as Brent Webb makes his way round the back of the touchline, and Webb's not that backwards. Here is Bailey on the charge, and Bailey picks Scruton out to run out. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Sinfield. Sinfield spins and is taken by Warrancy. Badiris at dummy half, finds Jamie Jones, gets it to Maguire. Almost a chink of light for Danny Maguire. Third tackle, Badiris finds Burrow. Burrow for Senior. Senior taken by Menzies. Down below and Sykes up top. Badiris at dummy half, finds Maguire. Maguire with the dummy in the step, pops it back to Badiris. Badiris dabs a kick in, looking for Jamie Jones. Buchanan, and it's fallen into Semi Tadulala's hands, and the Bulls survive. Halley at dummy half goes on his own. Jeffries finds Tadulala. Here's Ricky Sharifin off the wing to help out. Chris Nero's getting a bit of treatment in back play. Change coming for the Bulls. Sam Burgess as Matt Cook goes into contact. Andy Lynch will come off. Deacon out of dummy half, and that's taken by Smith, and he's got a good 30 metres to run in as Lee Smith, and looks up and finds the biggest man in Warranty, and then gets Burgess as well. Gibson at dummy half goes on his own. Here's Maguire, changes direction to Jamie Jones, back to Sinfield. Sinfield pops it up to Burgess. Burgess looked for the offload, but Sykes was there to clamp the ball. Badiris at dummy half finds Burra. Here's Lawatiti to Senior. Super ball. Here's Ryan Hall. Oh, Ryan Hall's dropped it. He was on for a hat trick, and Ryan Hall just couldn't pull it in. And now Lee Smith is getting a bit of treatment on the run. As Langley goes from the base of the scrum. Deacon at dummy half finds Burgess and cops one from his brother. Brotherly love, eh? As Paul Deacon tries to hit me and Russ and everybody else. 2 footballs on the field. Deacon finds Scruton. Here's Deacon, finds Cook to Burgess, and this time Luke doesn't hurt his little brother. Here's Sykes, finds Jeffries. Here's Nero on the charge. Well taken by Maguire. Deacon at dummy half finds Sykes. Sykes gets it to Scruton. And Scruton gets in to the 15. Here's Deacon, finds Jeffries. Here's the last tackle. Deacon at dummy half. Oh, it's all opened up and Paul Deacon's going to score. That was really, really poor from the Rhinos. They're very sloppy around the marker area, and Paul Deacon just takes total advantage of it, and he sneaks over the line for the second Bulls try.
Try scorer for Bradford Bulls, number 7, Paul Deacon.
And here is Deacon to attempt the conversion to his own try. Terry Newton has returned and Matt Cook's gone off. Here is Deacon, kicks on its way, and the flags are up here with 51 minutes on the clock. It's the Rhinos 18, the Bulls 14.
Narrows the gap to 4 points. It's Leeds Rhinos 18, Bradford Bulls 14.
And Leeds have made a couple of changes. Kylie Luluai and Jamie Peacock are back, and it's Ryan Bailey and Luke Burgess who have come off. Here is Sinfield, drives that one deep, drives that one too deep, and that's absolutely criminal. Kevin Sinfield's put the kickoff out on the full, and that's one thing that should never happen here. And instead of having one ball, we've suddenly got two.
If you do not get a chance to pick up a match programme for today's game, then limited
here is Deacon.
will be available from the club.
Well, he's got a couple of metres forward. As Newton finds Scruton. Newton at dummy half finds Deacon onto Sam Burgess. Newton finds Deacon out to the Beaver. Here's Menzies. Inside the 20. Newton at dummy half finds Langley, and Langley decides to straighten it up. Newton at dummy half goes on his own, gets it to Sykes, and Sykes is wrapped up by Ryan Hall. Here's Sykes, and Sykes is wrapped up 6 away from the line. Last tackle for the Bulls. Newton at dummy half finds Deacon. Deacon dabs a little kick through, and Sinfield will pick up and will get a chance to clear the lines for Leeds. Donald at dummy half goes on his own. Gets through the first tackle, not the second one though. Smith at dummy half finds Senior, and Senior upended by Sykes. Smith finds Lawatiti. Badiris at dummy half goes on his own. Danny Badiris just couldn't get the arms free, and it's last tackle for the Rhinos. Burrow finds Sinfield, and Sinfield in a heap of changer gets it to Luluai. Luluai gets it to Maguire, and that's been knocked on, and Leeds are going to turn it over on halfway. And that was Nick Scruton with the defence, and all of a sudden there's a lot of Bradford fans on that Western Terrace that are starting to believe. As Newton at dummy half finds Scruton. Newton at dummy half finds Warrancy, gets it to Tajalala, and Tajalala's in the clear. Tajalala, loses his footing as he tries to step inside Lee Smith, but Leeds were easily split open there. Here's Newton, finds Jeffries. Jeffries gets it to Halley. Halley for the line. Halley for the line. Halley for the line. It's going to be held up just short. Desperate defence time for the Rhinos. Here's Jeffries, gets it to Deacon. Langley back to Jeffries. Here's Scruton for the line. Scruton gets it away, and Bradford are in again, and it's Steve Menzies who scored. And Menzies gets a try for Bradford, and suddenly we're all level here at Headingley. And what's happened to the Rhinos? It all come from a super run around. Scruton with a break. Scruton finds Menzies, and Menzies gets over. Here is Deacon, kicks on its way, and the flags are up here at Headingley. 57 minutes on the clock. Bradford take the lead. It's Leeds Rhinos 18, Bradford Bulls 20.
It's Bradford the lead. It's Leeds Rhinos 18, Bradford Bulls 20.
As Kevin Sinfield gets us back underway, not as much on that, and it's going to bounce into the hands of Halley. Halley finds Scruton. as Newton finds Burgess. And Leeds have forced the error. 17,824 inside the ground tonight. And while we're packing the scrum down, we haven't done it yet. Welcome to our out-of-town viewers who are taking these pictures from Headingley tonight. It's a pleasure to have you along. Here's Sinfield finds Senior. Plenty of time left for Leeds to win this game. Here's Ryan Hall. Hall goes on his home. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Finds Sinfield. Sinfield stops and changes direction. Sinfield gets away from one. Sinfield gets it to Ryan Hall, but Hall took it standing still, and Ricky Sharif was immediately on him. Badiris at dummy half finds Peacock. Here's Burrow. Burrow to Jamie Jones. Jamie Jones, can he get away? Can he get away from Jeffries? No. Here's Burrow at dummy half finds Peacock. That looks high, and it's going to be given. And it's either Scruton or Newton who's done that one. And what's the decision going to be? And Kevin Sinfield's going to take the 2 points on offer. Ollie. And here is Kevin Sinfield with the penalty attempt. Kicks on its way, and we're all square here at Headingley. 20 minutes left. It's Leeds Rhinos 20, Bradford Bulls 20.
Successful penalty kick for the Rhinos by number 13, Kevin Sinfield. Sponsored by De Beer, Alton Hall, levels the scores. It's Leeds Rhinos 20, Bradford.
And here is Paul Deacon to get us back underway. We'd like to say, me and Russ, hello to Steve Bailey, who works for Radio Leeds, is it? And he does a bit of a pitch announcing at a stadium in Bradford. Steve, we hope you're enjoying it. As Carl Ablett comes back on for Ali Lawatiti, and Peacock takes it in. Here's Badiris at dummy half, goes on his own. Crowd screaming for offside. Here's Burrow at dummy half, finds Maguire. Maguire to Jamie Jones. Buchanan just can't get away from the clutches of Deacon. Here's Luluai on the charge, gets Leeds into Bradford territory. Here's Maguire, finds Burrow, has two goes, and it's not the best kick, and that's going to roll dead, and Leeds will get set up for a 20-metre restart. Here's Sharif for the Bulls. Nick Scruton is making his way off.
Number 17, Nick Scruton, on in his place, number 10.
And here's Andy Lynch, who's just returned for Nick Scruton. Newton at dummy half, finds Langley. Newton finds Warranty. Warranty goes crossfield and runs into Ablett. Newton at dummy half, finds Jeffries. Jeffries pops it back to Sykes. Sykes with the quick feet gets away from Ablett, but what a cover from Jamie Peacock. Here's Deacon. Wasn't the best kick, it was sliced. Here comes the charge, and that's been well taken, and that's going to be a goal line dropout. Scott Donald with the take.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official attendance at tonight's Engage Super League match is 17,824. Thank you for your support this evening.
I thought there'd be a bit more here than 17-8, to be honest. Anyway, it's going to be a goal line dropout. Sinfield gets it more or less to halfway, where it's fielded by Dave Halley. Here's Andy Lynch on the return. And that's going to be a penalty. Danny Maguire's had a second go there, and can't really argue with that one, to be honest. 8-5 the penalty count, and Paul Deacon's going to go for goal. And here is Paul Deacon with the penalty attempt for the Bradford Bulls. He's 30 metres out, 11 metres in, kicks on its way, and it's been waved across the face of the post. This is play on though with Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall gets away from a couple. Ryan Hall gets away from three. Here's Ryan Hall, and Ryan Hall gets a big hefty one from Sykes, and that was late. That was late from Burgess, and Leeds get the penalty off the back of it. What an effort that was though from Ryan Hall off the back of the penalty, and it's suddenly got the crowd back into the game as Kevin Sinfield nearly takes one of the cameras out up here as Leeds get on with it with Peacock. South Stand suddenly back in the game. Could that be a big changing point? Badiris at dummy half finds Ablett. And Carl Ablett and Terry Newton are just having a little ding at each other as Sinfield finds Luluai. Badiris at dummy half finds Burrow. Burrow with a step. Burrow for the line. Rob Burrow has scored! And Leeds are in! And it's a dramatic turn round here at Headingley. Paul Deacon misses the penalty at the other end. Ryan Hall with a big clearance. And then Leeds with the power set. And it's Rob Burrow who gets over for the try. And Leeds are back in front.
Try score for Leeds.
And here is Kevin Sinfield with the conversion attempt for the Rhinos, more or less on the black dot. Here is Sinfield, kicks on its way, and the flags are up here. And the latest score now, with 12 minutes left, is Leeds Rhinos 26, Bradford Bulls 20. And here is Paul Deacon to get us underway. Elliot Whitehead has just come on for the Bulls as Jamie Peacock brings it back, and there's the young man Whitehead straight into the action. Here is Smith from dummy half. Here's Badiris, finds Luluai. Here's Badiris, finds Peacock, and suddenly Leeds have got a bit of a push on Jamie Langley, the man who's gone off for Bradford. Badiris at dummy half finds Maguire, and Maguire wrapped up. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Badiris finds Sinfield, and Sinfield's going high. That might just bounce nicely for Dave Halley. It has, and it'll come back for a 20-metre restart. As Newton gets us underway, here is Whitehead. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Welcome to Super League, son. Love Kylie Luluai. Here's Newton finds Tajalala. Warranty at dummy half. Goes on his own. Sykes at dummy half. Finds Sam Burgess. Here's Newton. Finds Deacon. Deacon going to kick for territory, and Ryan Hall's got the hand up for that one. And here comes Ryan Hall again in a big row from the south stand, but it's a good defence from Jeffries. Hall at dummy half. Plays it to Senior. Gibson at dummy half. Goes on his own. Pops it up to Ablett. Here's a chance for Ablett. Gets it inside to Burrow. Burrow's got no support. Oh, tried to step Halley, but Dave Halley won that one. Here's Badiris at dummy half. Smith finds Maguire. Maguire, oh, gets it back to Smith. Smith looks up, gets it to Badiris, and Badiris has put it down. And it's going to be play on and a zero tackle. And it's Kylie Luluai who's sneaked off, and Ryan Bailey has come on. Here's Peacock to finish off the tackle. Sharif at dummy half goes on his own. Newton finds Sykes. Newton at dummy half finds Burgess. Burgess gets it to Warranty. And it's come out, and it's been knocked on. Here's Maguire, and it's going to be given a knock on by Leeds, and it's going to be Bradford ball. And here is Deacon from the scrum, gets it to Nero. Burgess has gone off, and Nick Scruton's come back on. Here's Jeffries. Jeffries with the dummy, just wrapped up by Badiris. Newton at dummy half. Spins, gets it away to Menzies. Here's Menzies. Just Ryan Bailey gets hold of the shorts, and Senior finishes him off. Sykes at dummy half. Deacon gets it to Halley. Halley long ball has been knocked on. No, it's been rolled backwards. And it's got him stood up in the north stand as that call. Here's Newton at dummy half. Finds Lynch, and Lynch wrapped up by Badiris and Peacock. Last tackle for the Bulls. Newton at dummy half. Finds Deacon. Here's Jeffries to Sykes, and the call's coming this time for forward, and it's going to be a turnover. And it's going to be Ryan Bailey to get us back underway. Badiris at dummy half finds Peacock. Change coming for the Rhinos. It's Lawatiti who's out there. Here's Badiris, finds Sinfield. Sinfield quickly wrapped up by Nick Scruton.
Rhinos replacement leaving the field, number 11, Jamie Jones.
Here's Ablett.
12, Ali Lawatiti.
Jamie Jones has gone off and Ali's back. Here's Badiris, finds Bailey. Badiris at dummy half, gets away, gets it to Lawatiti on the bounce. Here's a chance for the big man. Here's Lawatiti, gets the arm free to Maguire. Last tackle. Here's Badiris, finds Sinfield, drop goal. Sinfield kicks on its way. Oh, it's at the post. That's play on. and Mike Warrensey gets it and gets it back to Paul Deacon. Here's Halley, gets it away to Whitehead.
Leaving the field, number 16, Mike Warrensey. On his place, number 13.
Jamie Langley comes on. Here's Newton, gets it to Tadjalala. Newton at dummy half, finds Halley. Here is Lynch. Newton at dummy half, finds Deacon. 2 out to Jeffries, and Leeds quickly up in defence, and it's Senior and Lauatiti. Newton finds Deacon. Deacon gets his kick away, and Dave Halley onside, and Lee Smith very brave with the on-rushing Dave Halley. Good quick play of the ball, no markers. Here's Donald. Gibson at dummy half, goes on his own, gets it to Lauatiti, out to Senior. Senior up against Sharif, and Senior looked for the offload but decided to stick hold. Badiris at dummy half, here's Lauatiti again. Scruton looked a little late there. Here's Badiris at dummy half, finds Peacock, Jamie Peacock. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Are they going to do it again? Sinfield, second attempt, and that one's missed. That one's gone wide. And it'll be a 20-metre restart. Newton gets it away to Nero. And that's come out. It's been stolen though by Bailey. Clear as daylight, Phil Bentham says, and I must admit I agree with him. Here's Deacon with the penalty. And Bradford will start 5 metres inside the Leeds half. Here's Newton, finds Deacon, out for Jeffries. Here's Menzies. Menzies takes it up. Here's Halley, finds Jeffries, on for Lynch. Elliot Whitehead's left us, and Sam Burgess is back on. Here's Newton at dummy half, finds Deacon. Here is Sam Burgess. Burgess trying to get away from Maguire but can't. Here's Newton at dummy half, looks the short side, finds Tadjalala. Burgess looks up, and he's wrapped up by Bailey. 2 tackles left. Here's Newton to Tadjalala. Last tackle for the Bulls. Newton at dummy half, gets it to Deacon. Deacon finds Scruton onto Jeffries. Here is Halley. Halley looking for runners, gets it to Menzies. Menzies to Sharif. Sharif for the corner. What a tackle! What a tackle! What a tackle! And it's Ryan Hall who's got it. Saved a certain try for Sharif. And we're just going to have a little bit of a pause. And we're going to get back underway. Here's Lauatiti. What a tackle. Was it Ryan Hall? I couldn't see it. Here's Hall from dummy half. Did I get in the picture? I do apologise if I did. And Leeds playing tuck it up the jumper stuff now. Here's Badiris, finds Peacock. Newton at dummy half, finds Smith. Badiris at dummy half, goes on his own. Badiris gets it to Smith. Smith's got Maguire with him, puts the kick in for Maguire. Who's the chase? Tadjalala comes, and it's going to be a goal line dropout, as we're accusing Leeds of just tucking it up the jumper. Danny Badiris comes out with a play like that and gets Leeds another set. Keith Senior has got the flying pizza man of the match, by the way. Oh, don't you just love your football when it's like this? Short kick-off. No, it's not. Sykes goes long. Ryan Hall sticks the hand up, and Ryan Hall's going to have a go. Ryan Hall will just accept the tackle. Do you think they're going to go for another drop goal? Here's Burrow. Burrow finds Peacock. Ryan Bailey wasn't too happy, he got in the way there. Here is Badiris at dummy half. Here's Bailey. Bailey on the charge. 15 away from the line. Are they going to go early? Here's Badiris. Finds Peacock. Peacock taking him on his own. Second effort from Peacock. Almost lost it. And Kevin Sinfield's back for it. It's coming now. It's coming now. Here's Badiris. Finds Sinfield. Left foot. Charge down. Lee Smith. That's been ticked. And it's gone over. And it's Lee Smith who's got it for the Rhinos. And Lee Smith has made sure of the point. Well, it all turned out to be a bit of a panic at the end. Kevin Sinfields was charged down. Lee Smith's drop goals actually hit someone on the way over, but these days that counts. And Jamie Peacock's not even onside yet. Here's Maguire. Maguire's knocked that on. Tadjilala's got it. That's going to be play on. And Leeds lead 27-20. Here's Deacon. Deacon puts a kick in across the field. Ryan Hall comes off the feet into Senior, and that's going to be okay. Here's Lawatiti. Lawatiti sets off. Lawatiti on the charge. Lawatiti to Badiris. Here's Donald. Donald for the line, and Leeds have definitely won it now. And Scott Donald gets the try for the Rhinos, and Leeds have got the 2 points. Oh, Bradford had to try something. And Ali Lawatiti, it was who made the break. Danny Badiris was on the shoulder, and it's Scott Donald who gets the try to wrap things up for the Rhinos. And now the South Stand break into That's Why We're Champions. And Steve Bailey, have you enjoyed it since Paul Deacon missed that penalty? Because me and Russ have, as Kevin Sinfield lines up the kick. Oh, I'm losing my voice, and it's a long time since that's happened. The coaching staff have left the seats. This could be the end of it all, you know. Here's Sinfield with the conversion attempt, and the flags are up here. There goes the final hooter, and Leeds Rhinos have defeated local Rhinos Bradford Bulls by 33 points to 20. What a game. Breathless. Scott Donald with a clinching try. Rob Burrow with the one that put Leeds ahead. 2 for Ryan Hall in the first half. Oh, what a game. That is what rugby league is all about. That's it. Full time here at Headingley Carnegie Stadium. Your pictures tonight from Russ and Mick. I've been Matthew Horton. We're off to the KC Stadium next Saturday night for the next game. And from me, Russell, Mick and everybody else connected here tonight, thanks very much for watching. Steve, we'll see you soon. Thanks very much. We'll see you next week.